Okay, so today is the first of a small short series of the foundations, the basics of getting started with your Qigong practice. And why would you want to do some Qigong? Well, one of the main reasons is to get some health in your body. It helps to alleviate and to bring the nervous system down. So if you have issues with nervous system regulation, Qigong will help. And it is also the fastest way to get your energetic capacity up. And it's really gentle, and you can do it anytime, anywhere, no equipment necessary. And also you can do it when you're feeling under the weather as well. So I've been using the Qigong for about 14 years plus. So today, number one is standing. I've been talking about this online for a little while, and it's around structure. And if you have your foundation correct, then everything else starts from that. If your foundation is incorrect, then all of your movements, all of your limbs, every way that the body hangs off the skeleton is actually contorted. And that can cause problems with hips and backs and all of these sort of things. So first of all, how should your feet be? So you all have seen Qigong done, with horse stance and all of these different things. The most basic is just a normal standing position. And to get to your correct foot position, you're going to start with your feet together, your big toes together, and your heels slightly open at the back. So you can see that. Okay. Start like that, and then turn your toes out around 45 degrees. So think of it like, almost like position one in ballet, if you've ever done that. And then your middle two toes, this is your big toe, your middle two toes, you're going to twist your heel so that your middle two toes are directly in line with the little knobbly bit of your shoulders. So rather than saying hip width, we're actually directing the weight. It will be under the hips, but it will be also directly under the shoulders. The reason we do it this way is because if you've got a wider shoulder or a wider hip, you're actually getting the skeleton position. So that's your feet. Then you're going to soften your knees very slightly. You don't need to go really, really deep initially, just a little bit. Just like a bit of a bounce, okay? The next part is how do you actually hold your spine? So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. So I've got myself in my lovely straightforwards position with my second and third toes directly underneath my shoulder knobbly. Bend my knees slightly. And then what you'll notice is most people either they'll lean back, or they'll stick their butt out. Their shoulders might be rounded. Depending on if you've used a lot of foam, your head might be forwards a bit. So what you want to do is we're going to start from the pelvis, and you're going to bring the pelvis under very, very slightly. So it's not a full pelvic thrust, it's just under slightly so that you can flatten the back out. Now, some of us, I have a fairly pronounced arch, I've been working on it. So what I'm doing is I'm actually aiming my tailbone to the ground rather than thrusting forwards, because that would cause a lot of pressure on my lower back. So my tailbone points straight down. Your shoulders, rather than typically the advice is bring them back and round, I'm just going to drop the scapula down the back and tuck my chin slightly in. Lift the sternum bone a little bit and imagine a string pulling my head straight up. Now, I'm going to actually turn and just check that out because I'm constantly adjusting myself. I have a pronounced arch and I have a little bit of kyphosis, which is a little bit of rounding in the upper back. So I'm constantly readjusting myself. So let me check it. And I've got a mirror just in front of me. So yeah, so I can see that that's good. That's a good posture, good enough. that's all we're going to do for today. So if you want to follow with me, your practice is literally any time that you get a moment. You might be boiling the kettle, you might be standing in the aisle of the supermarket, is to first of all get this posture in the mirror so your body knows what it's doing. And then any time that you've got a few seconds, you're going to turn out, drop, and get your position. Because what you're doing is you're retraining your body out of a lot of bad habits. So that's the first session. Thank you very, very much for watching. And any questions, pop them in the comments and I will be sure to answer. Thanks a lot. Bye.